channel. So my last video I did go over after my first surgery that I had back in June, and then I did explain that I had my diagnosis after the surgery and how I was feeling. And that video was just taken a couple of weeks after I found out that I had cancer. So it's a really hard video for me to watch to this day. I sometimes I can't even watch it because I end up crying, even though I'm not a crier. I'm not. It's rare to see me cry. But once you get older, like, you get more sensitive. My brother used to say I had a black heart because I would never cry and stuff like that. It's becoming human. And I'm not the ice queen anymore. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so I was gonna explain to you after I had gotten my first surgery and talked to my gynecologist, and he, like I said, when he told me that I had cancer, I was gonna go meet up with my oncologist. He's also a gynecologist, and he's an oncologist for gynecologists, if that makes any sense. He's a specialist of cancers in that reproductive area. So after I seen him, he's a really good doctor. He's pretty known in our town and places like in Los Angeles. Patients from Los Angeles and Vegas will come out to see this doctor because that's how good he is. So I felt really, comfortable being with this doctor because I heard so many good things about him. So when I went to go see him, I was with my mother. He had to check my area to make sure that I was healed okay. And then after he checked me, he's like, all right, I'm going to have you sit in my office. I'm going to go over some information with you. So I was like, all right, because he had gotten my results. So my mom and I were sitting there waiting for him. And once he came in, he had a whole bunch of paperwork. And then he was just like quiet, just reading his notes. And I don't know, he was nervous to explain things to me. I can only imagine breaking the news to a patient. It's not easy. I mean, like I said, he just sat there. He just read his notes. And then finally he turned around and looked at my mom and I. And he was like, okay, did your doctor, my gynecologist, explain to you what's going to happen to you next? Like, what's going on? And I was like, the only thing he told me is that my tumor ended up being cancerous, and then I need a full hysterectomy. And then he goes, okay. He goes, well, I'm just going to let you know that it's going to be more than just a hysterectomy. You're going to end up having major surgery. So I was like, okay. Like, what? And then he was like, okay, so what I'm going to explain to you right now, don't get it confused with stage cancer. And there's grade cancer, there's grades and stages. Stage cancer, I haven't even found out. I won't even find out until the second surgery is done. So what a grade is explaining to you how aggressive your cancer cells are. So there's 1, 2, and 3. 1 is the least, 2 is the middle, 3 is the most. It's the most aggressive. So my level of grade of my cancer cells were at grade 3. Yeah, I was pretty scared when he told me that. When he broke that news to us, my mom started crying. I was like, oh my God. I didn't know how to react. I was just sitting there like, what? Like, I felt, I don't know if I was in shock or if I didn't know how to process it yet. It was just not hitting me, I can't really explain to anybody how I felt at that moment. I felt empty. Like, I didn't know what, I think it was so surreal. Like, I'm like, really? Like, huh? Like, it was hard. But I didn't cry. My mom was crying, and I tried to stay strong for her because I didn't want her to see me cry or break down or anything like that, because I know it's just going to be a hot mess if I would have done that. He had told me that it is major surgery and that he's going to have to open me up from the breastplate and down. And then he was going to go inside. He was going to do the hysterectomy and do the exploratory surgery and then take a biopsy off my lymph nodes. The exploratory is that he was going to go inside my body and see if he sees anything abnormal, because of the aggressiveness of the grade levels of the cancer cells. He wanted to make sure there was nothing else abnormal in my body, and if so, I gave him permission to remove it. After he explained that to me, my mom, I signed a whole bunch of paperwork agreeing with the surgery. I asked my mother first, like, Mom, do you want me to go through it? She says, yeah, you have to. So, okay. So I I basically signed my life away, saying if I die, all the things that might happen to me, everything. He had me sign everything, sign my rights, sign for surgery, everything. It was just all that. And then the way home was pretty tough. My mother was just crying, and I remember she was, I'm going to make you tacos. I remember she said that because she was just so much, and she knew it was just hard to receive that message. And I remember she said that, I'm going to make you tacos tonight, so we could feel better eating good food. But I remember telling her, Mom, it's okay. It's going to be fine. We don't know what I'm going to go through yet until it happens. I'm going to beat this. I'm going to fight as much as I can. I'm going to be okay. In my heart, I felt, yes, this is scary. Like, you would never think this is going to happen to you. Like, that's the feeling I had. Like I never thought this would ever happen to me. And I don't think anybody would feel that way. I guess anybody wouldn't feel that way. And it did. It happened to me. It did. So I told her, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to beat this. It's going to be okay. I had a feeling like I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. So when we got home, my brother came over, and I had to break the news to him and my pops. And I did tell them what was going on, and, my mom was just quiet most of the time, but I know it was eating her inside. Like, it was just, yeah, I could just see it in her face. So that night, she did lock herself in the bathroom and cried and cried and cried. It was really sad to hear her, and I just couldn't deal with it, and I was like, I told my pops, I was like, I'm going to spend the night at my bro's house because I can't handle this right now. And he goes, it's fine, because I didn't want to break down. And if I break down, I would be in my room crying, and I was not ready to deal with any of that right now. So I went to my bros, spent the night, and then she just needed to cry it out. She just needed to get it out, And so we were good, and then I had my surgery, my second surgery. The day of my surgery, the night before, I had to cleanse my body. I had to detox it, make sure I didn't have nothing in my system. I couldn't eat for like 2 days. But I was on a liquid diet the day before, and the second day I didn't eat anything at all. I had to sanitize my whole body. They give you a soap and stuff. You have to sanitize it the night before and the day of. And then when I went to the hospital, I had to sanitize myself again. And then the nurse, I'm a hard stick when it comes to IVs. Oh, it's difficult. And the nurse couldn't get the IV in me, so she tried twice. She even used a machine to find my veins. Couldn't happen. So they got another nurse that knew. She was just boop. She only did it one time on my hand and got the IV, and that hurts. Ugh, that hurts. So after she got the IV ready, my brother, his wife, my parents were in the room, and they all kissed me good luck, and they wheeled me off to the operating room. When I got to the operating room, the first time I had my surgery, they wheeled me in, they put me on the table, and they had me look on my left side, and once they did that, I was out. Like, I was just knocked out. This time, they put me on the table, and they're like, oh, we're gonna put all this wire stuff on you, and so they're putting stuff all over my body, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put you to sleep now, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, and so they put a mask over my face, and they told me to breathe a couple times, and I did. I was out. And the first surgery, when I woke up, they said I was happy and being funny, just being like a comedian. They were saying I was so crazy and funny. This one, oh my goodness. The first thing I remember is my mom. She goes, Melissa, Melissa. And I woke up and I see my mom's face. And I was like, oh. And she was smiling. And she was in a better place than she was the first surgery. And she goes, your doctor said no more surgery. Everything looked good. I was like, oh my God, really? And she's like, yeah. And then the nurse that I had, his name was Charles. I would call him Chuck. What's that, Chuck? He would put a gas mask on my face, and I was grumpy this time after my anesthesia. I was taking it. I was like, I don't want this on my face because I'm claustrophobic. And he was, all right, let me put tubes in your nose. So he put tubes in my nose. He knew I was in pain. I was just in so much pain. So he gave me some good drugs. I guess I was on fentanyl. That's like the strongest you can get. Like, it's good. So the first day of surgery, I was just sleeping off and on. Didn't eat. I couldn't eat. They still had me on a liquid diet. Yeah. So basically, I slept through the whole day. I didn't remember very much of the first day. But the second day, I've been in the same position on the bed for a whole day. So the second day, my medication was wearing off. I needed a refill. My back was hurting so bad because I was on this old medical bed and my back was just killing me. And I was like, I need to move. Somebody needs to move me because I was in the same position. My back was hurting. And the nurse I had was hardly there. He would never come see me or see how I was doing, nothing. And I was out of medication, and it took forever just to get my meds, like forever. And this happened twice already. The first time, and then it happens again in the evening. So he finally comes in and gets my medication. I go, I need to be moved. My back's hurting me. He goes, okay, I'll come back. I'll come back in 5 minutes. I go, all right. It was 2 hours later, and I'm still laying there in pain. My pops was mad, and then when he came in, because I was crying because I was so frustrated, and then they went to go get the nurse, and the nurse comes in, and then my pops go, are you gonna move her? And he didn't say anything to him. He like ignored him, and my pops was like, yes, no, maybe, like what's going on? And then finally he goes, yeah, I'm gonna move her. So he's gonna move me. So he had me get up, and he grabbed me, and oh my God, it was like the most painful thing I ever felt. I've never had a child, so I don't know how that feels, because I heard that's really bad. And they said the toothache is up there with the pain level of pregnancy, of somebody in labor. Well, I had a toothache before, and this was worse than that, and it hurt so much. I was like, oh, you could hear me groan, and like, I felt bad for my parents because if I ever had a child, I would not want my child to go through that. So yeah, it was really bad pain. So my parents went home, and because they were just tired, and I didn't blame them. I was like, go ahead and go, it's fine. And they're like, are you gonna be able to do it by yourself? And I was like, Mom, just go home, I'll be fine. They're like, okay. So they go home, and my back was killing me again, and I was out of medication, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, I should have never sent anybody home. I need somebody with me. And I was trying to get up and move myself. The nurses wouldn't come in, and then my ex-boyfriend walks in. I never felt so happy seeing him in my life. If you guys listen, I know everybody's like, why is your ex-boyfriend there? He and I are like in a good place. Like, we're really cordial. We care a lot about it. We're just not with each other, but he's a cool guy, you know. Me and him are okay. So he walks in, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, I felt so relieved because I needed somebody to pick me up, like just grab me, have me sit up because I was in so much pain. So he did. He helped me get up off the bed so my back wouldn't hurt so much. And yeah, I was really happy to see him. So my friend Erica comes in, and then my ex-boyfriend's like, okay, I'm gonna leave now. And I was like, okay, fine, thanks for coming. So happy to see him. And so my friend comes in, so it was like shifts, they were taking shifts, and I was telling her, I go, I'm in pain, I don't have my meds, and they're taking forever to get it. And so she was out there like, what's going on? Why is it taking so long for her to get her medication? So it was just a mess. And then finally they gave me my medication, and I was fine. I fell asleep. Now the third day, I was doing okay, but my IVs kept coming out of me, and I was still having pain. I was nauseous, and this is probably like the middle of the day, and they were trying to still get the IV. They poked me like over 10 times trying to get an IV inside my body, and they couldn't do it. So I was at that point where I was like, you know what, enough. I don't want you touching me anymore. I don't want no nurses touching, because they had like 2 nurses trying to do it, and they couldn't not do it. I go, I don't even care anymore. Just give me some Norco or ibuprofen. I'm fine with that. I don't want no. She goes, well, you're in pain and you're nauseous. We can only do through. I go, I don't want nothing anymore. Don't give it to me. I'm done. And that was the third day, and that's when the doctor already gave me like permission to eat solid foods. But I was in so much pain, I didn't even want to eat. I didn't eat for. This is already the 4th day without eating solid foods, and I was just done and over it. She says, well, if you're still having pain, you're going to have to do a midline in your arm, so that way you can get some type of medication. I was like, okay. I go, okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. That was not until the next day they were going to be able to do it. But I was so over it, I was done. But I was already at that point where I did stand up a few times, and because the physical therapist came in and had me walk a couple, not too far, but a little bit, and I was going to the restroom. Not very much, but I was going. So the 4th day, my pops came over, and he was taking care of me, and he kept telling me, he goes, you need to eat, girl, you need to eat. And I go, okay, I'm going to try to eat. And he was like, if you don't eat, they're going to put tubes up your nose, and you're going to end up staying here a longer time. He goes, you need to go to the restroom, you need to walk, you need to do this. I go, okay, I'm going to do it. So I was eating, and then I got up and I went walking. The physical therapist came again, and she noticed I was walking. She said, oh my God, you don't even need a walker. You're walking already. I go, yeah. And I was going to the restroom, and he was like, okay, you're doing good. So the doctor comes in, and he goes, oh my God, you look so much better than you did the day yesterday. And I go, I know. I was determined to get better. So he goes, well, how would you feel if you could go home today? And I was like, what? Like my pops and my eyes got so big, and I was like the biggest smile on my face. I go, are you serious? He goes, yeah. He goes, your incision looks good. He goes, you're walking, you're going to the restroom, you're eating. He goes, yeah, why not? And I was like, oh, like when he said that, I high-fived him. I go, yes, doctor. And then he's like, oh, okay. And he high-fived me. My sister-in-law was like, you high-fived the doctor? He's like so serious. I go, I know. I high-fived him, and he did it too. I was so happy. Yeah. And my pops thought that was the funniest thing too. He was so funny. And he goes, all you have to do is go to the restroom one more time and take a shower, and you can go home. So I was like, oh my God. I was so happy. And that day was my mother's birthday. So I got to go home on my mom's birthday. So that was awesome. So yeah, my mom picked me up. I went home. My brother came over with his kids and his wife, and they were all happy to see me. And the first thing I did was I needed a nap. After I ate a little bit of dinner, I went to my room. I plucked up all my pillows, laid down. I was out. And my mom walked in, and she looked at me, and she's like, oh, she just needed to come home. She just was tired of the hospital. She just needed to come home. Look at, she's sleeping. That was what happened with the second surgery. So I got to go home on my mom's birthday and slept well. So after that, I do go back and see the doctor in a few weeks. and then he's going to explain to me the stage of my cancer and what I need to do after that. So on my next video, I'm going to go ahead and go over that with you and let you know what happens. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and leave some comments down below. And remember, I do have some Instagrams that you could go to and a Snapchat. So pew 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 pew. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Toodles.